Hello, my name is Michael, and I'm one of the devs for the Call of Elyndra team for Quorum Games. And we're working on this project in Godot 4.5. This is very early. I'm going to test play a little bit. It might crash. It's definitely not what you're going to see in the final product. This is not a full devlog. This is just a little bit of taste test that I was asked by the marketing team to do. So I want to show you guys a little bit of the project and what we've been working on. And early access will be out in a few months-ish. I'm not going to give you the exact date. Don't quote me. Because, it takes a long time to do these things. But we have our three characters here. You're playing as this female protagonist, and you have two companions with you, Kaylin and Ariadne. And you just entered the dungeon at this point. This is not where the game starts, but this is where I'm going to start this little log. So you walk in here, and I guess I'll read it. It smells like something died down here. And then Ariadne says, these tracks lead down to what looks like a man-made building. The bank will dug their way into a temple, says Kaylin. And Ariadne says, we know the bank will are down here. Let's find Morella. We're led down here to rescue a lost child, and she took something from one of the elders of a village, and these creatures are attracted to that, and so she was interested about it, and you'll learn more when you play the game if you do. Here's our combat system. Our our lead programmer Phoenix Kagadisu did most of the coding for this to work. And we're constantly iterating on it and working on it and making improvements. Today, there's a new thing. We got this little slash effect. This is not what you're going to see in the final product. This is just something close to it, probably. I made this little pop-up thing right here. The pulse seed is like the bomb in the game. You found a pulse seed. This is a bomb-like item that can blast away rubble or other blockers. It can also be used on groups of enemies to deal area damage. If you run out of pulse seeds, you can re-enter the room, come back, and open the chest again for more. And we're using some plugins for the dialogue. Nathan Hode has made a dialogue manager plugin, like add-on, that we're using. And that's helped me a lot to put together the cutscenes. I've done a lot of the cutscenes, pretty much most of the cutscenes. And I do the sound design. So here we have a locked room. You enter a room and you have to kill these Bankwell to open the gate. But you notice that we're locked in. And we can't leave because there's these roots in the way. We have these machines that kind of block. If you've ever played Final Fantasy X, they have like this little system after you get your Aeons, and you have to like grab a core and put it in the socket. And this was the creative director's idea, and I really liked it. It reminded me of Final Fantasy X. But you basically take a core out. We're going to shrink these machines. That he said recently they're too tall, and I agree with that. So yeah, and you just kind of like, this is like the tutorial dungeon, so you place the core in the socket, and it plays a little animation, and the particles go down. You can see it's green now, so you can go to the next area. This is an area where we can get arrows and upgrade our bow. You can see the things that are interactable. You can walk up next to them, and then you'll see this little pop-up. You can throw a bomb. If we press tab, we have this little menu, and you can left click and right click to assign things to it. So we'll put the bow on that side, and you can just aim, and it will automatically go if you Z target with the middle mouse click. It's also works with the controller. You have another socket thing up here, so we can grab this, take the core out, and you can put the core back in if you want, just like in Final Fantasy X, but we'll go ahead and take it out because we need it to get to the next section. And I don't want to go through the whole dungeon because I want to keep this video kind of short, but you can see some of the mechanics that we've got implemented in here. Once that is activated, this little pillar will go up and down, and you can jump on it. Jump across here. Now what you're supposed to do is activate this with a with another tool called the Echo Rod, but you get that at the other side of the dungeon. And we're going to change this part right here. Recently, the creative director said that we want to do like a little socket area where you could put a pole seat down in the bomb. Oops, I killed myself. Well, that's that. You can right click and hold to throw the bombs. And this was made by one of the game developers, Lucas. Really good with doing maps and Blender and stuff. I like that shatter effect, but we're going to be taking that out. We'll probably use that for when we break the cave walls and let the player go into like secret areas and whatnot. But anyway, I want to go ahead and close this right here and maybe show you some of the other scenes. When we enter the game, you'll basically start in town in Elyndra, and I could just show you in the map as well. So this is our town of Elyndra, and the river, we had it working, and then we were doing like a fishing demo, and then we did another demo, and it didn't get released because it just wasn't polished enough. But along the lines, the rivers got messed up. I think we were reusing resources and like changing them in one area, but it was referencing them in the other, and somehow that got messed up. But anyway, let's go ahead and test play this section. And I'll show you some of the cutscenes. I've got a debug mode on so that we can look at some cutscenes pretty quickly. Godot's a pretty good engine. I like using it. It definitely slows down when you start to get the project, when you start getting a lot of nodes in the project. And we've used some plugins that have caused issues. Let's go ahead and skip the cutscene, and we'll just stay in Elyndra, and I'll run around a little bit. You can walk up to the people and talk to them, and they'll introduce themselves to you. We are definitely going to be changing a lot of the maps and everything, so you know this isn't final. I know I've said that, but I just feel like saying that a lot. It's going to look different when we release it on Steam. We're using a 3D map with a 2.5D like perspective, so you know we've got 2D sprites, 8 direction, and you can hear different sounds. I don't know how loud the sound is. I want to put some sort of bubble around the character so when you walk inside here, it just shows some transparency, but we just haven't gotten time to do that yet. And as we walk away from the farm, the pig sounds and the pig noises get more quiet, and the sound of the river hushes. And we're going to remove some of these trees. I know there's too many trees. A while ago, that we couldn't even see through them, but we've recently put a opacity fade controller on them so that you can kind of see through them. But we'll still remove a few of these trees so that we can have a better visibility on the map. It's a pretty good system that we've set up. We have a really good coder, and we have really good teamwork going on, and the creative director has a good vision for what this project's supposed to be. There's just a lot of work to get done, and it's kind of a small team, so it does take a little while for it to kind of come to fruition. So I'll go ahead and show you a couple of the scenes. Like here, when we rescue Morella, we were in the dungeon. When you beat the dungeon, you come back to town, and you're delivering Morella to Alara, her mother. And she's like, "Morella, my dear, you're safe. Oh, how I was worried. Mama, I missed you. I missed you too. We were so worried about you." And we've got little emote system. "I'm just glad to have you back, safe and sound. I think the monsters wanted this thing," so now she's fessing up because she stole something from the elder's house. And Alara says, "What's this thing, and where did you get it?" She's about to say, "It's an ember torch, and I found it in the chief's house." At this point, the player will get one of the special items, and it like gives them light and lets them light torches and whatnot and sconces. Alara's like, you stole it. She's like, well, I was going to return it. She was just a curious child, and she saw something shiny, and she had to check it out. Alara is chastising her. You should know better to take things that don't belong to you. And Morella says she won't do it again. And Elara gives us our next objective to take this back to the chief and his daughter, Aislinn, at their home. So that's what you would do next in the storyline. And Ariadne walks over and gets it. Some sound effects play. I'm using 11 labs to do the sounds, and I think it's helped our workflow quite a bit to be able to go into an AI and type in, make a sound for when the player receives an item, and then just generate a bunch of sounds until you get something good. And then I open it up in Audacity and clip off the end and whatnot. But that's basically, I don't want to keep this video too long, so that's already over 10 minutes. I'm going to cut it right here. If you guys are interested in seeing more devlog stuff, just let me know in the Discord and or in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. A few more months, we're going to put out early access, and you'll get to meet and have a relationship with these characters and adventure the world of Elyndra. There's a whole bunch more that I want to show you, but maybe next time. Thanks for watching, and please wishlist Elyndra on Steam when it comes out. Bye-bye.